When mirroring on a single axis, but in dense mode, I want to create these box corners by skewering the axis. Let's get into the code. So in the MIRMAID function section within our bilateral mirroring function, within the selection loop for our different permutations, within the single axis mirror dense code, we have defined a whole bunch of variables. Pause here to read that. And then here's where the actual definition. This is just kind of the documentation for them. We have two midlines. We have a lower midline and an upper midline, jot and zenith, because the tile map is even. There's no direct center. Okay, boxy plot. So we have double labeled this section, single axis dense on the x-axis, boxy plot. So we want to figure out if we are projecting upward or downward. If we are above the midline, then we are projecting negative because that goes upward, negative because it inverted y-axis. If we are below the midline, then we're projecting downwards, which is positive, and then error case if neither of those are selected. Then we need to get the length of the side of our box. So if GTX is to the left of the midline, then we need to take the bigger minus the smaller, add 1 to get half of the box, multiply by 2, and then add 1, or actually subtract 1 to get the jump amount for our projection. Now, if we're on the other side of the midline, we need to swap what we're minusing and use the zenith midline rather than the jot midline, add 1, then multiply by 2 to get the length of the box, and then minus 1 to get the jump amount when we're projecting, and then error if we hit neither of those cases. Here's where we're going to put our plot point, and then down here, we need to know if we're projecting to the left or right. If we are to the left of the midline, then we are projecting to the left. If we are to the right of the midline, we are projecting to the right, and neither case is an error. Then we need to get the length of our box side. So if we are to the left of this midline, then this is half of the box side. This is the full box side. This is the jump amount, minus 1. Okay, and then if we're to the right of this midline, then we need to minus this minus that, bigger minus smaller, multiply by 2 to get the whole box, and then minus 1 from the whole box side to get the jump amount for our projection. Error if we don't hit either case. This is where we're going to put our plot points. So if you want a longer explanation, well, you can't do that here. Here's what we did in this video. If you want a longer explanation, go here. Like, subscribe, send money in the mail.